Okay, when you think about, I'm going to get healthy, do you think about food? Do you go right to food? Is that your thought? And if so, can we just drop that? How successful has that been for you trying to eat perfectly? And is it helping you create health? Now, in no way do I mean to negate the fact that food is medicine. It's incredibly powerful. But we have so many broken stories and so many triggers around food and the food that we have access to in the United States can be stressful. I want to talk about a different pathway. And I have to admit, I have an agenda. My kids like to know when I have an agenda and they want me to verbalize it to them and not make them guess. So I'm not going to make you guess today what my agenda is. And here it is. I want you to evaluate, lay it at your feet for you to determine if it's a good fit for you, to quit focusing so much time on eating perfectly and on finding the best foods and making sure that you're eating. Now, I woke up this morning and got my 50 grams of protein in. I feel better with that. But if you're not getting to where you want to go, we've got to do something different. And it's more than just food, it's more than just making sure that we're eating something perfectly to create optimal health. And today, you know the importance of gut function. I mean, when I started 25 years ago, it wasn't as understood, and now pretty much everyone understands the role that your gut plays in your health. But are we talking about the lymph? Are you understanding the role that lymph plays in your gut and your vitamin D and vitamin A? And if you don't have proper nutrients for your lymph, and if you're not looking at your lymph, maybe think, how many energy points do you put on your food? How many energy points are you putting on your food? So imagine this. You have 100 energy points a day, 100 energy points a day. And when it comes to health, how many of those energy points are going towards your health? 50, 60? And how much of that is focused on food to create health? 40? Let's take 20 of those energy points and shift them to your lymph. And there are some basic nutritional things that your lymph needs, or you're not getting the benefits of the food that you're eating. Maybe think twice about starting with food, and let's look at your lymph. And what does your lymph need? What are the things that show you how your lymph is going? First of all, how is your energy? If you don't have good lymph, you won't have good energy in the morning. So how are your energy levels? Ask yourself, did you wake up this morning ready to go? I know I'm getting back on track, and my energy was so much better than yesterday when I woke up this morning. I focused on my lymph yesterday. I want you to look at your fingers, your hands, your ankles, the top of your feet. How swollen are you? Do your knees get swollen? That's all a lymph issue. Are you doing movement that actually moves your lymph? And maybe today, if we have time, we'll actually do some hands-on movement of your lymph. Are you getting the nutritional support for your lymph? And there are three main ones. Surprise, surprise, magnesium. Right now we're focused on the magnesium 30-day challenge. And there's a link that you can join us on that 30-day challenge of getting your lymph enough magnesium in the interstitial levels. We're soaking in magnesium. We recognize that taking it isolated in a pill form doesn't give our interstitial levels the level that we need to have. So magnesium, your lymph needs to move. Iodine. Are you doing things that have iodine appropriate for you? No one can tell you how much iodine your body needs, because it depends on the function of your thyroid. Because if you take in all this food or supplemental form of iodine, it can tank your thyroid. So that is not something that you can just hop on social media and know how much iodine to take. Now, there are different ways. And at the end, I'm hoping that we get some questions going. And if that's something that you'd like, maybe some pathways of what I've seen to take into what your decision is for iodine, we could focus on that. Another one is vitamin C, a whole food form of vitamin C that does not have ascorbic acid as added. Now, my favorite is acerola. It is really hard to get your hands on. I've had to deny the last 2 shipments that have come because they do not meet my standards. So currently I don't have a resource for that acerola like I've had before, but I will not give up because what I've seen it do for people's health is amazing. And I am still focused on bringing in one that I'm willing to put Kristen recommends on that bottle. So magnesium, soaking in magnesium, love to have you join us on the 30-day magnesium challenge. Iodine and vitamin C are all critical for lymph. Let's spend a little bit of time though so that you understand what your lymph does for your gut. It balances the intestinal fluids. If your lymph isn't moving how it needs to move, and it needs magnesium, iodine, and vitamin C, plus movement and hydration to do that, then you're not getting the full benefit of food. But why is it when we start getting healthy, everyone goes right to food? Try shifting your focus off of food, get your lymph working, and then see what happens with the increased quality of uptake from the food that you're getting. It can be a game changer. Now, make that decision that's best for you. Healthy women make strong, powerful choices. Make the decision that's best for you. I see it over and over again, though. We get tied into food and we get locked down and we keep trying and trying and trying and we get frustrated and frustrated. Just let it sit for a minute and focus on something else. I like to imagine just tying it in a pretty box and just setting it aside and thinking, focus on that later. And let's put a different focus in front of you that doesn't have all of the agenda that marketing has given food. I'm not negating the power of food. Let's just focus on the quality of your lymph so that your gut can uptake what you're eating from your food. Now, the other thing that lymph does is in your intestines, that's where it transports immune cells. If you don't have a strong immune, if you're getting sick all the time, or if you're concerned about the increase of virus like I am, if you're concerned about that, improving the quality of your lymph in your gut, having those basic nutrients, having enough magnesium, having a good source and high quality vitamin C, focused on your iodine, then your gut can start moving those immune cells. And did you know that your lymph neutralizes virus and bacteria in your gut when it's functional and flowing? Hydration, movement, 3 core nutrients: magnesium, iodine, vitamin C. We need to be focusing on your lymph. Now, it's one of the reasons that I have been a proponent of rebounding from the beginning of time, because of what it does for your lymph. It's another reason I have been a proponent of vibration plates, because of the benefits to your lymph. And now there's so many other things that those 2 tools have, but the benefit to your lymph is unlike anything else. And from my perspective, I like to have things in my home that I can access. I don't want to have to leave my home, go somewhere else, pay someone else all of the time to continue my health. I like to have it in my home. Buy it right once. I want excellent quality that's going to stand the test of time. And so a rebounder and a vibrational plate that moves the correct way is going to be invaluable at helping my lymph to move. The other thing that optimal lymph does for your body is it helps you balance hormones. The other thing that optimal lymph does for your body is it also decreases inflammation. Now, Monday, when you and I talked, there were so many people focused on decreasing inflammation, and typically we look right at food. And again, I'm not negating food. I'm on a little bit of a soapbox today. I'm not negating food. Truly, I'm not. But we need to prep for the food. We need to look at some other things. And sometimes we get so tied up. I kind of think about like raising teenagers. You get so tied up, like there's so many things with those teenagers, and you can get frustrated and get so close to the situation that you can't see it. And it's the same way with food. If you've ever been tied up with food or thought, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that, or eaten food to maybe avoid a hard situation, or maybe tuck those emotions away, then take a little break from focusing on the food. And let's focus on your lymph. Give your lymph the 3 supporting nutrients: magnesium, vitamin C, and iodine. Now, we've got to set those up properly, and that's why I always focus on magnesium, because it is the supporting mineral to help your body. It's the master mineral to help it uptake and support the vitamin C and the iodine. Understanding, though, that your lymph is neutralizing virus and bacteria. And we're getting hit with virus after virus after virus that are stronger, that we haven't seen before. I want strong lymph in my gut, and we need to set it up in a way that we do have strong lymph if you are wanting optimal health. Oh, Carol, I love that. She uses a vibration plate every morning. The other beautiful thing about a vibration plate, especially when you've got the right one, is that it can help regulate your nervous system. Regulating your nervous system helps you hold on to that magnesium. I'd love to have you join our magnesium 30-day challenge. It is happening now. It doesn't matter when you start, or if you've already started, or if you just want to join for some extra education because you love the process of learning. I know learning along with action keeps me moving forward on my pathway toward maintaining my health. And I'm just, I would love to have you be a part of that. The people who join the 30-day challenge will also automatically be a part of the conversation I'll be having with Dr. Daniel, who is the premier Western medicine doctor who is at the forefront of research on the role soaking in magnesium plays in your health and ending magnesium deficiency by 2055. Carol, beautiful. You've already started. That's great. Donna, that would be a whole conversation we could have. I'll ask Shelly to throw up the link to the one that I love, T-zone vibration. There are so many junk plates out there that people think they're getting the full benefit. And then when they use T-zone vibration, they're like, oh my gosh, it's not even the same, like not even the same. So Shelly, would you throw up that link to T-zone vibration? And I have partnered with them because they're the only vibration plate that I have in my home, in my office, and have provided for family members because of the quality. And I do have a coupon code on that you can use. And on the rebounder, the type of rebounder is critical also. And truly on rebounding, if you aren't following Earth and Al, you're missing out. Shelly, if you would tag Earth and Al also, please. Her rebounding education is top notch. And most of all, I love her giving spirit. How much she shares and how much educational pieces she shares with you. She has, she's on all social media. I see her everywhere, just constantly educating, supporting, and helping you understand the benefits. I thought I had a good rebounder until I started following her, and then I upgraded my rebounder and will never go back. Cannot believe the difference that it made. And now remember, one of my core principles for myself of creating and or maintaining optimal health is that I want minimum input for maximum benefit. I don't want to spend my whole day focused on health. And When I switched rebounding, I don't even have to do it as often when I upgraded my rebounder to the one that she recommends. So please go check out Earth Now if you're interested on rebounding, and please check out T-Zone Vibration. I've had numerous vibration plates, and I cannot believe the difference with T-Zone Vibration in the benefit that of 1 minute put in, the benefit that I get back from both of those products. So having the correct ones for maximum benefit is really important in my book. A couple questions here. Let me just spend, Shelly's put up some from Instagram. Jenny, I recommend T-Zone Vibration, and I do have some really great coupon codes that come along with that. Katie, how often do I rebound? It really depends. It is a part of my routine. And so sometimes I'll be super focused on it and it will be 6 times a week, minimum of 2 times a week though. I don't want it going below 2 times a week, but most of the time it's more often than that. I have a hard time answering that right now because we're in the middle of a move and I don't have everything that I typically have going, but I do at least 2 times a week. I have created my spaces so it's very easy for me to use both of those tools. Can you spell the rebounder, please? Shelly will put the link to the one that Earth Now recommends. And please, go to Earth Now. I don't even do justice to explaining rebounders like she does over at Earth Now. And vibration plate I do daily. It's 10 minutes. It's so de-stressing. And it makes such a difference in the quality of my brain function and my energy. Let me hop back over to these comments. I've hit all of those. I love that. I just saw, where did that go? I love that. A piece of furniture. I have a really good friend who's a home designer, and her home is spectacular. And I walked in and I said, Gwen, you were always telling me that your rebounder is always out. It's nowhere. And she had created it to have this cover on it that looked like a big round little tray. Anyway, it was spectacular, and you could not tell that that was a rebounder. She had the top kind of padded a little bit, and it was this beautiful fabric. And I love that you have it as a piece of furniture. It's incredible. Okay, look here. Here it is. Jackie, let's talk iodine. Jackie, I'm so glad you want to focus on this. Iodine is something that you don't just jump into. Let me grab a little bit of water. Iodine, there are different pathways for iodine. Before starting iodine, make sure you've got your magnesium. Here's my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing. I'm not prescribing. I'm not telling you what to do. You and I are having a conversation. My health crashed 25 years ago. I was having seizures, tubes, wasn't functional for 3.5 years, and truly lost that part of my life. The memories I have are what from people tell me from pictures. And I just love sharing what I've learned. You make the best decision for you. You are the CEO of your health and must take everything that you see online and filter it through your own situation and your own body. Always, and for anyone, in my opinion. So there's my disclaimer on that. I do want to share with you what I've learned about iodine, in that iodine can trash your thyroid, because here in the United States, we have so much access to bromine. It's not that, I'm taking this thing that has bromine. We've got 10 minutes left. So we'll throw those questions up. We've got 10 minutes left together. It's not that you're out there looking for bromine, but it's in your sheets, it's in pajamas, it's in drinks, it's in breads. There's bromine in so many places. And when you go to the element chart, bromine and iodine are right next door to each other. Think of them like sisters. My sisters, you would look at them physically and you can tell that we're sisters, but at the same time, we're very unique. I have one sister that can take apart an engine. They own a farm, a generational farm that's been in the family for years, and she is brilliant and can take things apart and put them back together, and the tractor and all. Well, clueless. You want an outfit put together? I can help you put together an outfit, but we look very similar, right? Well, that's the same thing with bromine and iodine. They look very similar in your body, but they don't do the same thing. And we get not enough iodine and so much bromine. And so our body takes that bromine and puts it in the place that iodine should be. And so then when you start taking iodine, your body goes, oh, that's the real thing. That's what I need. It drops the bromine, picks up the iodine, which is a good thing. But when it drops the bromine, if you don't have the proper minerals, have you heard me talk about magnesium? I'm just going to hold it right here. When your body drops the bromine to pick up the iodine, when you start adding it, if you don't have the proper nutrients, and it starts with magnesium, it taints your thyroid function. And so then you'll think, oh my gosh, I'm taking this iodine and I'm exhausted. It didn't work for me. Well, you need the iodine, but you might not have had your body set up properly to let go of the bromine without tainting your thyroid function. The first place is starting with magnesium, getting those interstitial levels up, soaking in magnesium, making sure that your magnesium red blood cell is where it needs to be. And then earlier we talked about vitamin C and the importance of vitamin C in your body. And if you're going to add iodine, vitamin C becomes even more important in your body to mop up. If you're releasing that excess bromine, vitamin C becomes a part of that. Good salt, making sure that you're getting really good salts in, becomes important also, and making sure that you are getting some selenium in. Now, my favorite source for selenium is a whole food source, and I get it from Brazil nuts. You want those Brazil nuts raw, and eating a couple of Brazil nuts will give you that source of selenium. And for some people, they will notice just adding a couple of Brazil nuts every day, they'll notice the energy increase because the selenium is helping their thyroid convert more effectively. So those are the nutrients we need to really support adding that iodine in. And it starts with magnesium. Soaking in magnesium. I would love to invite you to join our magnesium 30-day challenge that's happening now. I've set it up a little bit differently this year. It's not happening on social media. You sign up, you get some videos, you get some reminders, and then some Q&A calls that we'll do, and you'll get the recording to those if you can't be there. The first Q&A call for our 30-day challenge is actually tomorrow, and I'm really excited. You have to sign up, though, to get that link and to get that recording if you can't be there live. I'd love to invite you personally to join us on that. And you become like the people that you hang out with. And so let's hang out together and become those people who aren't looking and studying health, but have created health, because that's creating that health allows us to be the person that we want to be and show up in the world more powerfully and hold that power in a way that we are bringing people in and changing the world. And we have to feel good to be able to do that. There are also pathways of taking that iodine. We can take it in through the skin. We can take it orally. The skin, when people are taking it in through the skin, I don't see the issues happening. But the pathways to the skin give different benefits than the pathway orally. And remember, if you have Hashimoto's, you've got to get on top of your hashis before you add iodine, or you'll just tank how you feel. Absolutely tank. And sometimes for PCOS too. And that's why I think creating health sometimes can be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit confusing, because we'll see somebody that adds iodine and it changes their lives. And so we go to add that, but it makes us sick. And it's not that you didn't need the iodine, you needed to do some prep work before the iodine, because it's a pathway. It is an absolute pathway to create optimal health. And you've got to have those basics, those foundational layers set up. And the first foundational layer, so that you can optimize your vitamin D and your vitamin A, is enough magnesium. If you're working on your gut and you don't have enough magnesium, you're not going to be able to uptake vitamin A. And if you're focused on gut health and you don't have enough vitamin A, you'll constantly have parasites. I was in that space for about 10 years. It was like I'd do a parasite cleanse and I'd get rid of them, and then I'd do another parasite cleanse. Well, I didn't understand the role of magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin A. And when we have those foundations set up, you don't have to do parasite cleanses, because your body's naturally set up to take care of that. Well, let me pull that back. You don't have to do them to the extent that I was doing them. I still do a spring clean. In the spring, I was having to do them all of the time and getting these massive releases, and you just shouldn't have to be doing that. We need to maintain and build a strong foundation. And in my opinion, that's so much easier than going in and fixing problems after they've happened. And it all starts with magnesium, the 30-day challenge. I'm inviting you to do the 30-day challenge. Join me on the 30-day challenge. You must sign up though. And you'll get some texts, you'll get some emails, you'll get some pre-recorded videos, and you'll get 2 live classes and a special class with Dr. Daniel and the premier expert on magnesium, and the one who's really changing how Western medicine views magnesium, because you and I have arrived. What's it called? WebMD has pulled data from my website of things that have been researched, and they're now talking about the benefits of transdermal magnesium. 25 years ago, they were saying, oh, it doesn't absorb, it doesn't absorb. Yes, it does. And Dr. Daniel was the one who really put into effect and found the research and in the scientific world of how you uptake it through your hair follicles and through your sweat glands. And that's how your body is absorbing and moving your interstitial levels. And he is the reason that we're getting that literature and research coming through. But I would love to have you be a part of that. We've got let me check the Insta questions. Oh, what iodine do you recommend? It looks like Shelly already got that in the link. She's so on top of it. Okay, know your sensitivity. Oh, thank you for loving those products. I do too. Foot baths, because soaking. What brand container can I buy that is large enough? Oh, if you don't want to soak in the bath, a 1/4 cup in the bath works. If you're not a bath person, some people don't have bathtubs, and it is equally effective to just soak your feet. And you can use a crock pot insert. You can use a glass Pyrex. Now, I'm a thrifting girl. I love to thrift, and it's so easy to go thrift everywhere I've ever been thrifting a Pyrex dish. If you have that 11, 12, 13 size foot, you can find online at Amazon. They have a much larger one. I've never seen that thrifted. It's a little bit more specialized, but you can find a larger glass casserole dish on Amazon if your feet are larger. And oh, you're so welcome, gardening. Gardening Jen. Where are the links? I'm not seeing them. It looks like you're on YouTube, and YouTube, the links are a little bit, or on Instagram, maybe you're coming in from Instagram. And Instagram, the links are a little bit different, Jen. You can go to the link in my bio. So if you'll go to my Instagram page and then go to my bio, that link for the 30-day challenge is right there. When I say links, they show up on YouTube and Facebook, but they don't show up on Instagram the same. And so you do have to go to that link in bio. And thank you for asking that, because I don't think I've ever acknowledged that those who are joining us from Instagram, the links show up a little bit differently than on Facebook and YouTube. So thank you so much for that. And I would love to see you in class tomorrow for our live Q&A. It is on Zoom, and that way I can see you, you can see me. We go a little bit deeper, we get a little bit more in depth, and it's more personalized to the people that have shown up. But to be a part of that class, you have to join the Magnesium 30-Day Challenge. The links for Facebook and YouTube are in the comments. On Instagram, please go to my bio, and I would love to have you there. There is no cost to this class. I'm just making sure to put up a little bit more protection from social media and trolls. I don't want my team and I don't want myself to even have to deal with them. So this is just think of like a little gateway of protection to not have to deal with that and keep it out. The other layer of protection that I add is when you join on that class, it has to be by video or you get bumped out of the class. When you show up to a class, we're creating community, and to create community and connect with each other, faces are what do that. And so you do need to be a part of that. We do send the recording out to those who have joined, and that usually takes a day or two to get that transcript cleaned up, but we do everything we can to get that out as soon as possible after the recording. And in Hanson 1, you are so very welcome. Thank you for the gratitude. Giving gratitude, receiving gratitude, experiencing gratitude is what helps us hold on to magnesium. Magnesium is the master mineral. We know now, and science is backed up, what I've been talking about for 25 years, that isolated synthetic nutrition, oral pills of magnesium can give you benefit, but they do not give you the full benefit of moving your interstitial numbers of magnesium, your magnesium red blood cell numbers. Join me on the 30-day challenge. I'd love to see you tomorrow on that class. We'll dive a little bit deeper. Don't worry if you can't be there live. If you've already joined the challenge, I will send out the recording. The class is free, but you do have to sign up. And we have, and Shelly, if you'll throw this up, you need 2 bottles of magnesium. And we've got a special right now that when you buy the 2 bottles of magnesium, you get a free tote bag. It was so much fun designing that tote bag. It's a canvas tote. It's got a cute little strap on it. It's bigger than your regular canvas tote bag. It's a really heavy quality. I went with the heavier canvas, and it's got Living the Good Life Naturally on it. I use it when I'm thrifting. I use it when I'm at farmer's market and fill it with dahlias. I use it with my grandkids when I'm packing some science things for them to do. I use that tote all of the time. My grandkids love theirs also. And so we have a special right now that when you buy 2 magnesium, that you get that tote along with it, but you have to buy it at the correct link. So if you're wanting that tote, you don't just add 2 to your cart. You have to buy it from that specific link, because we already have them all packed up to go as one unit. It was delightful being with you today. I hope today that you find a glimmer. There's a lot of hard things on social media and people going through absolutely traumatic things that are changing their lives. As a Californian who is living in Utah, it's been heartbreaking to watch those fires and what's happening. And I'll never forget, a dear friend lost a child in a really tragic, very unexpected way. And I said, how are you getting through this? How are you even doing this? And he looked at me and said, I look for the glimmers. I have moments to mourn and I allow the mourning, but I look for the glimmers. And so as mourning goes on collectively as a society for what's happening across our country, North Carolina and all the issues that happen there in California and other areas also, those aren't the only two. We do have periods of mourning that we mourn the tragedy and the loss. And we also have times that we look for the glimmers. And so today, I know I will be looking specifically for glimmers, things that are those moments of, oh, that was a glimmer, because that's what helps me hold on to my magnesium so that I can wake up in the morning with energy and create and be the kind of person that I want to be, that helps to create change and connect people in this world. Have the best day. Bye.